Gracious God, you provide us with seasons of labor and seasons of harvest and celebration throughout life. Tonight, as we gather in this place, we celebrate the accomplishments of those who've completed their season of study and their preparation to respond to the call to serve as nurses. Grant to each of these persons a special measure of grace as they move forth to practice what they have learned in settings that are delicate and sensitive, where human lives are touched with the arts of healing and restoration. May these graduates daily understand the calling to which they have responded, and may their education here equip them well for the service they will render. Amen. Please be seated. I want to welcome everyone and extend a good evening greeting to you on behalf of our president, Dr. Mark Kinlaw, the faculty and staff of Rockingham Community College, as you come tonight to celebrate the pinning of these practical nursing graduates. I'm Bob Loudermilk, Vice President for Student Development. My area has, among other things, the privilege of working with these students not only as they start their journeys, but as they prepare to apply for admission and to move to this particular occasion tonight. So it's especially gratifying for me to have a chance to say congratulations to you and to welcome all of you who are here for this moment. To those of you who are being pinned tonight and who will graduate later this week, I first want to thank you for coming to RCC as the place where you have chosen to be educated as nurses. The faculty members who sit before you have given of themselves to prepare you and to equip you to undertake a profession that is noble, that is demanding, that is rewarding. Through your classroom and your clinical experiences, you have come to gain an important perspective on the shape of nursing and its important interaction with the other disciplines in medicine, in psychology, in sociology, and in the spiritual realm as well. You have had occasions to learn, you've had occasions to render assistance as well. And now, you prepare to be pinned and then to graduate. Know that we will follow each of you with great interest, that we encourage you to continue your education beyond this point, and that we affirm with you the notion that nursing is not a profession only, but it is a calling. Congratulations, and again, welcome.
It is my honor to introduce our guest speaker for this evening, Ms. Jane Pendleton. She graduated from RCC with an associate's degree in nursing and then attended Winston-Salem State University, where she earned her Bachelor's of Science degree in nursing. She later attended Pfeiffer University Meisenheimer, where she earned her Master's in Healthcare Administration and Business Administration. Ms. Pendleton has worked in nursing for 24 years in a variety of settings, from acute care to home health to long-term care. She is currently the clinical nurse manager of the Northeast Unit at Moorhead Nursing Center, where our class spent quite a few clinical hours this year. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Jane Pendleton to the podium.
Thank you. Just know when you get 40 years old, you're going to have to wear reading glasses. That's what my eye doctor told me. He said, you've hit that big 4-0. First of all, I'd like to thank Caroline for inviting me to be the guest speaker tonight. She's also a former classmate of mine. She and I attended RCC for our associate's degree. She thought with my vast experience that I may be able to give these students some pearls of wisdom, but it may be perils of nursing. So let me start off by asking a question. Why did y'all want to become a nurse? And you don't have to answer me. You can just agree or disagree. Growing up, that's all I heard, that I was going to follow in my grandmother's footsteps by becoming a nurse. I fought it with everything I had. I didn't want to be a nurse. I wanted to be a restaurant manager. But working in the restaurant, I realized I couldn't get anywhere with my GED. My sister-in-law talked me into going to nursing school with her, so she, along with Caroline, we went to nursing school together. I was 27 years old, single, with 3 children, ages 9, 6, and 4. Wasn't easy, but I went back to school to become a nurse, and I love being a nurse. Every field that I have been in, I love every aspect of it. So most of you, if not all of you, may have went into nursing to carry on a family tradition as I did. Some of you may even have that family member here with you tonight that may be going to pin you, and I think that's a wonderful addition. My grandmother was not alive to see me become a nurse, but my mother was, and so she was a CNA, and I have a daughter that's a CNA, and hopefully a granddaughter that will get up off her tush one day and become a nurse. But you know how them young'uns are. They're going to do it in their own time, as I did. She's fighting it tooth and nail like I did, so I can't complain. But I wanted to share with you the 5 top reasons that people become a nurse. Reason number 1 is it is a very rewarding profession. We make a difference in people's lives every day. Being a nurse, you touch people's lives when they are at their lowest. People are not always at their best, but being able to care for that person and help restore their health is a reward in itself. I work in long-term care, and I see every day the number of elderly that has no one to look after their needs. I have seen families that need more care than the patient, or that one person that just needs a hug. I had a home health patient tell me that she remembered me from 3 or 4 years prior because I came in her room and realized that all she needed was a hug. And I had forgotten all about that, but she remembered me. So those reasons right there is the reasons I became a nurse. The second reason, flexible hours. Depending on where you work, you could work days, you could work nights, you could work just weekends, you could work 8 hours, you could work 12 hours. I've worked them all, including holidays. My children are used to having their Thanksgiving on Friday. They're also used to getting up at 4 a.m., or were used to, getting up at 4 a.m. on Christmas mornings when I could not work it out where I could work second shift that day. So they woke up at 4 a.m. to see what Santa Claus brought. They went back to bed, I went to work. Reason number 3, great pay. In some positions, that is. And with the right degrees, nurses can make up to $150,000 plus a year. If you plan to continue your education, there are several areas that pay the higher salaries, such as certified nurse midwife, or nurse practitioner, or a nurse anesthetist. That's a tongue twister. Reason number 4, lots of vacation time. Working 10 to 24 hours a day allows you to earn vacation days, depending on where you work. You can quickly build up at vacation time. But if you work somewhere that sends you home because of low census, it's going to eat it up real quick. Reason number 5, job security. Nurses will always be in high demand. With the baby boomers getting older and sicker, and as long as there is sickness in the world, there will always be a need for nurses. My next question, what picture comes to mind when you hear the word nurse? Women in a white sexy uniform and black heels, red lipstick and nails, the naughty nurse. Nurses are no longer just women, as our little gentleman here will attest to. Since 1980, the number of male nurses has doubled. The uniform is no longer white, and the shoes are a lot more comfortable than heels. Nurses may not be the most glamorous profession as portrayed on numerous television shows, dealing with body fluids and excretions or inflicting pain on people in order to help them is probably not on your list of reasons for becoming a nurse. Nor the 12-hour shifts and on-call time, or working 7P to 7A, or working the opposite schedule from the rest of the world. Nursing is a time-honored profession of great historical significance, dating back to the 12th century when members of the Knights of the Order of the Hospital of St. John the Baptist, a religious order who tended to the ill and wounded crusaders. Nursing is a vital component to the health and well-being of people all over the world. You have made it through this hurdle to become a nurse. There are countless opportunities for you to continue your education. Through hard work and determination, you can take your career as a nurse as far as you choose. Some of you may choose to stop with being an LPN. I never want to hear anybody say, I'm just an LPN, because you're not just an LPN, you are a nurse. And it's all right if that's what you choose to say as an LPN. I worked with a CNA in another facility that had went to school to get her LPN, and she never sat for the boards. She said she liked being a CNA better than she did being a nurse. And I said, well, if that's what you chose to do, go for it. I have met several LPNs in my career that knows just as much, if not more, than the RNs I know. Regardless of which direction you choose to take your career as a nurse, give it your all and be the best nurse you can be, because you may be tending to someone's grandmother, their grandfather, their mother, their father, their brother, their sister, and they would want you to treat them as a family member. Congratulations to the LPN class of 2016.
We would like to, I hope you accept this token of thank you and appreciation.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That is so beautiful.
We're going to give out 2 awards this evening. The first award is called the Peer Award, and this award is an honor for a student to receive because the winner is chosen by their class members based on criteria that we have listed. The person has been an inspiration to and a positive influence on fellow class members, has been a student nurse role model and supportive to others, represents the kind of graduate nurse fellow classmates would most want to have should they need nursing care themselves. And I said this earlier to the class, I was really excited about giving out these awards tonight. We certainly want everyone to get one. They all deserve an award. But this peer award is especially just a really amazing thing because it was just about a unanimous decision, and that just doesn't happen very often. The classmates had several things to say about this year's winner, and some of them are as follows. I would trust this person with my care. This person is very knowledgeable about this field. This classmate knows what they're doing, is a very good person, displays confidence, will make a great nurse. This person goes well out of their way to help all classmates, helpful in clinical and the classroom, and definitely deserves this award. And this year, the peer award goes to Miss Jessica Harden.
Okay, and we also give out a faculty award. This student is chosen by faculty. It's presented to a student who's exhibited outstanding achievement in their program. The characteristics we consider positive leadership qualities, self-motivation and initiative, consistent academic performance. This year, as we were discussing who we wanted to choose for this award, some words came up to describe the recipient. Conscientious, polite, respectful, demonstrates caring in the clinical setting and to classmates, an active learner, engaged in the classroom and clinical. So I look forward to this student going to further their education after this. And this year's winner of the Faculty Award is Michael Watkins.
Okay, we will now begin the capping and pinning part of the ceremony. Adrena Bannerman. Today, with heart full of thanks and praise, I am in awe of God's goodness and mercy towards me. My journey of becoming a nurse has been a long and humbling experience in which I can finally say I made it. It wasn't an easy task, but by the grace of God, through the zealous support of my teachers, parents, godmothers, friends, family, and church family, I have achieved my goal. Special thanks to my sister Alyssa for always being there in the good and the stressful times of my journey. To Natro and Rick, thank you. And last but not least, thank you to my honey Alvin. God's blessings to you all. This truly is only the beginning. Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promised. Hebrews 10:23. With all my love, Adrena. Adrena Bannerman. Miranda Brim. I would first and foremost like to thank my husband Andy and my daughter Carla for putting up with me and the stressful times this past year. Andy, your support, encouragement, and patience has meant the world to me. You are my rock. To my mother-in-law, thank you for the support you have given and continue to give. It is much appreciated. To the rest of my family, thank you for believing in me and always being there for me. Without my teachers, this wouldn't be possible. From Mrs. Gurley being grammar police to Mrs. Baird's blueprints, I would not have made it without the encouragement and knowledge you both have given me. To the rest of the faculty and administration, thank you for all you do to help us succeed. And to my classmates, we made it. You have all become an important part of my life. And last, I want to thank God for making this accomplishment possible. Miranda Brim. Brittany Brunette. Brittany is being pinned by her father, Gerald Songer, RN MSN. Gerald received his MSN from Northeastern State University in 2014. Brittany would like to thank all her friends, family, and instructors for all of their support over the last year. It has been a challenging year, but we have made it. I will forever be thankful for everyone that has helped me accomplish this journey. My nursing peers have become my family, and I hope I can stay in touch. Brittany Brunette. Brittany Cass. Throughout this journey, I have learned so much, made new friends, and developed as a person. I have been happy, stressed, excited, and overwhelmed, sometimes all of that at once. But I could not have done it without my parents and grandparents supporting me in every way possible. Dylan being by my side the whole time, and Mrs. Gurley and Miss Baird being so patient and answering every single question I had, which I think was a billion. Thanks everyone so much for all of your help, support, and understanding during this time. It has meant so much to me, and to my classmates, we will forever be Red Squad. Brittany Cass. Jessica Harden. I would like to thank God for putting me in the right place at the right time to be part of the LPN nursing program. Thanks to Mrs. Baird and Mrs. Gurley for being great nursing instructors who have taught me many things along the journey. I would also like to thank the entire nursing staff for helping instruct the program. I have to thank my husband Todd and my children Tyler and Brooke for supporting me through the program and not giving up on me. Lord knows there were some trying times along the way. Special thanks to my whole nursing class who have made this experience well worth the effort and throughout this last year have become my dear friends. Jessica Harden. Rachel Ivy. First, I would like to thank God for giving me the strength to make it through my first journey in nursing. I would also like to thank my parents for being able to send me to college. I really appreciate all of the sacrifice they made to make it possible. I would also like to thank everyone who stood behind me during this long journey. I couldn't have made it without all of you. Lastly, I would like to thank my teachers, Mrs. Baird and Mrs. Gurley. I couldn't have made it through without them. They are the best teachers, and I really appreciate them all the time they took to help me learn to be the best nurse I could be. Rachel Ivy. Brooke Myrick. Thank you to my teachers for all the hard work you've put in to help me make a good nurse. Thank you to all my friends. Even though nursing school was one of the most stressful experiences, you helped make it one of the best. Last but not least, thank you to my family who have supported me and helped me get where I am today. Brooke Marek. Berenice Villegas. Throughout my nursing school experience, I have learned new things and met new amazing people. I have had difficult times from which I learned to overcome. I have felt excitement, anxiety, joy, and stress. Throughout this year, I've had people who have been by my side supporting me. My instructors, Mrs. Gurley and Mrs. Baird, who have been alongside my classmates and me. Thank you so much. My coworkers who have always showed patience and willingness to help me ever since I expressed my desire for this career choice. My friends who were so understanding as to why I could not spend time with them. Mamá, papá, gracias por todo su apoyo y amor. Los quiero mucho. My brother, who always encourages me by being as mean as he possibly can. Most importantly, thank you, God, for always being there for me and for showing me every single day that you are indeed an amazing God. Yes, I feel extremely proud of myself because I feel I accomplished this with hard work and dedication. But I honestly could not have been able to handle all the ups and downs throughout this year without you. Thank you, and I hope I've made you all proud because I sure am. Berenice Villegas. Marquita Wall. It has been a long road to begin this journey. I am abundantly grateful for the opportunity to finish out this school year among some great people whom I wish nothing but success. I am grateful for everyone who pushed me forward and made sure I never gave up. Thank you, Mrs. Baird, for your understanding and always telling me you will when I doubted myself. Thank you, Miss Gurley, for all the words of wisdom and giving me a little light and faith when I was at my darkest moments. I will never forget either of you. Thanks to my family that stood by me and helped me achieve so much. I appreciate all the last-minute rides and babysitters. Love you all. Thanks to my friends for encouraging me to keep going, and to one friend in particular who has seen me through a lot, kept me in check and focused, and put up with the insanity along the way. Thanks to my mother who never let me say it's too hard and taught me to be who I am. Thanks to my daughters, Deborah and Yasmin, for putting up with my stress and constant changes. But most of all, thank you both for being my inspiration, my focus, and my reason for smiling through it all. You all have been such an incredible blessing, and I thank God for all of you, for my success, and for the journey ahead. I'll miss you. Marquita Wall. Michael Watkins. First, I want to say thank you to God who has set me onto this path and for helping me follow through with my dream of being in the nursing field. Next, I would like to thank my friends and family for their constant love and support. Also, I would like to thank Mrs. Gurley and Mrs. Baird and the rest of the nursing staff for encouraging me to do the best I can. Thank you, Mrs. Horton, for giving me the chance and believing in me. Lastly, thank you to all my classmates for their support and friendship over this past year. I can say I have gained some great friends. Thank you. Michael Watkins. Megan Witty. I would first like to thank God for the strength and the ability to reach this milestone and become one step closer to my goal. I would like to say thank you to my family for the support and encouragement throughout this program, and a special thank you to my papa for making me as smart as he is. I also want to say thank you to my amazing teachers. I am so thankful to have had all of you as my teachers, and I hope one day I can be as great of a nurse as all of you are. Megan Witty.
Please repeat after me. In the full knowledge of the task I am undertaking, I promise to take care of the sick with all the skill and understanding I possess, without regard to race, creed, color, politics, or social status, sparing no effort to conserve life, to alleviate suffering and promote health. I will respect at all times the dignity and religious beliefs of the patients entrusted in my care, holding in confidence all personal information entrusted to me and refraining from any action which might endanger life or health. I will endeavor to keep my professional knowledge and skill at the highest level and give loyal support and cooperation to all members of the health team with full awareness of my qualifications and limitations. I will do my utmost to maximize the potential of the nursing profession and to uphold and advance its standards.
So let's do this before the lights go out. Please join me in congratulating the Rockingham Community College Practical Nursing Class of 2016.
Please stand for the benediction. Father, we thank you for bringing this special class of practical nursing students through this amazing journey. Bless these students as they enter the noble profession of nursing. We ask that you protect them, continue to offer strength, courage, and discernment as they head out into the world. As this journey ends, we thank you for going before them to ensure that each of these students provides care with their hands, heads, and hearts. Hands for nursing skills that are done just right. Heads for making sound decisions and good judgments. And always hearts for caring. Onward they go into the future. Amen. I'd like to take just a moment to say a special thank you to Moorhead Nursing Center for sponsoring the 2016 class of practical nursing students at this pinning ceremony. They have wonderful refreshments for you right behind this wall. Thank you.